today. First of all, let's do a couple of bell work problems. So we got 4 times 3x plus 9 is greater than 7x plus 6. So this is those multi-step inequalities. So if we take a look at what that means we're going to multiply 4 times each thing in the parentheses. So 4 times 3x would be 12x, and 4 times 9 would be 36, and all of that's greater than or equal to, or just greater than 7x plus 6. So now we're going to do a couple of things in the interest of time and distance. The space that we have, we're going to minus 36 from both sides. And we're also, at the same time, going to subtract 7x to move it to the other side. And when we do all of that work, we are going to end up with 12x minus 7x, which is 5x. Oh, that's not going to work. We gotta get a little space here. It's going to end up as 5x so 5x, and then all right, now I made it look like we got a minus 36 of that, or 3x, that's a minus 36. So we minus the 36 off of both sides, and so that ends up being 6 minus 36, which is negative 30. Then when I divide both sides by 5, I get x is, and that's a greater than symbol, x is greater than negative 6. And the arrow did not have to shift directions because we didn't divide by a negative. Okay, so let's clear that ink out of there so we got room to do our next one. Let's just go ahead and skip to 3 real quick. A number x is at most 3. So x at most means less than or equal to 3. And then on this system where we've got one of them solved for a variable, in this case y equals 2x, we're going to substitute 2x in for that y. We'll get 8x minus 7 times 2x equals negative 18. So 8x minus 14x equals negative 18. So 8 minus 14 is negative 6x, which equals negative 18. So let's divide both sides by negative 6. And we end up with x equals 3. So that's our bell work. Just to review some of the stuff that we've seen before. This one will show up again on our concept quizzes. If you didn't do so well the first time, try to get a good score on the next one. Okay, so for today, we're going to be writing inequalities from word problems. So as we go through these word problems, we want you to look for keywords such as plus, minus, multiply, divide words, or keywords that talk about what kind of inequality we're going to use. And then we're going to write and solve the inequality. So our first problem, Karen will spend less than $35 on gifts. So we know right off the bat she's going to spend this $35. So far she has spent $17, and we're going to let C represent the additional amount that she could spend. So we're going to write that like this. She's already spent $17. How much more could she spend? So there's our inequality. So if we minus 17 from both sides, then we will get the amount that could still be spent. So 3 and 2, 15 minus 7 is 8, and 7 minus 1 is, that's a 2, by the way. 2 minus 1 is 1. So she can spend less than $18 and still stay in her budget. Okay, Deborah runs each lap in 5 minutes. She will run less than 40 minutes today. So we know she's going to run less than 40, but it takes 5 minutes per lap, and t is the amount of time, total in time, so we're going to write down 5t based on that, and then to find out how much time she will run is we just divide by 5, and we end up with t is less than 8. Okay, and so what this represents is the number of laps that she will run with the 40 minutes that she has to run. So it's going to be less than 8 laps, which on a normal truck would be about 2 miles. Okay, Gina buys candy that costs $8 per pound. She will spend less than $72 on candy. What is the possible numbers of pounds she will buy? Well, we know she's going to spend less than 72. We know that she's paying $8 per pound, and if she's going to spend less than 72, how many pounds will she buy? And it's going to have to be, we're going to have to divide both sides by 8 to find out. At $8 a pound, and if she's going to spend less than 72, then the number of pounds that which she will be close to will be 9 pounds. But if she goes exactly 9 pounds, she'll spend $72, and she doesn't have quite 72. She has a little less than that. So she has to spend less than 9, or buy less than 9 pounds of candy. So that's what these word problems are all about. Just write an inequality based on the words that we see in the problem and solve it. Now on Alex, you'll see something like this. Jim is buying nuts. The nuts cost $3 per kilogram. He will spend at least $33. So he's spending $3 per kilogram, and he will spend at least, which means greater than or equal to, $33, right? So you look through our little menu here, and you're trying to find where you can get the information. So you see that 3x. So that 3x will go there. And then we want the inequality symbol, so this symbol right here will go there. And then 33 will be the last number, that's the number right here. That will be dragged down and put into that column, or typed in, however Alex will allow you to do it. Then you find the possible numbers of kilograms of nuts Jim will pay. So to do that, you're just going to divide by 3. And so that number is going to be x is greater than or equal to 11, right? So you're going to spend greater than or equal to 11. So that's going to be, when we graph it, we're going to make a solid dot at 11, an arrow going to the right. So there's how you do it on Alex. So they've made these menus so that you can find all the parts to your inequality, set it up, and solve it. So your assignment is number 24 on Alex, Word Problems, Day 1. Thank you very much.